Please remember that.
Okay.
You won't have long to remember because I'm going to give you something just now. I won't make you wait for long. I'm going to give you, you've already had a break. Yes, one more question. Yes.
So this is related to the karma, what she asked. So I just wanted to know that they say that everything is this time, destiny. So if that is true, then what is karma essentially a part of the destiny? Everything is in this time. So what my karma, how it is going to affect the future?
Everything is not predestined. It is what you make it. You see, you kick your foot on the door and say, oh now what should I do? What may I do? It's bleeding. It's predestined to bleed. The only thing is you forgot that you had kicked it. You went into a coma, and when you get up you say, oh, this is my karma. It is your karma, but it is you who has brought the karma upon yourself. And if you can do something, you can undo it also. But then you have to go through the complete results of your doing. Do you understand? Where's that book? You got that book? The poetry on karma. You got the poetry on karma there? I'll just read it, then I'll give you a start with the experience, and then I'll give you a break. People are wanting to breathe. This is high tech, huh? It's not like your iPhones or something. It's ahead of your iPhone technology. Is karma in there? Must be. Look at the index. Or look at the contents. Yeah. So it says here, I'm just going to read. This is a poem on karma which I wrote. Who's the person you asked? What is your question? How do I know what? Anyway. I brushed aside the curtain of the window of mine eye and beheld the sparkling truth that within me did reply. That means my soul. It's a soliloquy between the mind and the spirit. Between your mind and your spirit. So the mind is asking. And beheld the sparkling truth that within me did reply. O man, you're not this house of flesh which sleeps, decays and dies. Your soul tells you, you're not this house of flesh which sleeps, decays and dies. You are immortal consciousness, Lord of the earth and the skies. Then the mind says, then you are asking the question, then burdened why am I with this coat of flesh and bone? I questioned earnestly that truth, my very conscious home. So you ask your soul, if that is true, why am I going through the suffering? Then the soul replies, this coat means your body, this coat your seed desire was, whose fruit is now your own. Created by yourself, you must reap what you have sown. It's a very nice exposition in this of the soul. Then he says, is this also the reason for the hardships of my life? So the soul says, yes, each cause has its relations, just as husband has a wife, or just as a staying together has another staying together, or the other has another significant other. Because in America there are many words, they don't have husband and wife now. Many people stay together and also, it's an obsolete poem, I'm sorry for that. Now, here's explaining the karma. He says, yes, each cause has its relation just as husband has a wife. Every action, its reaction has with certainty that's true. Do good works, results of which shall mold your life anew. Good works means like Kriya Yoga. Something good. Pray tell me why the difference twixt the people on this earth. Pray tell me why the difference twixt the people on this earth. Why do some have poverty, some no financial dearth? Dearth means no financial shortage. They have a lot of money. And some people have poverty, some no financial dearth. Why is some sad and others gay? Excuse me. This was written 30 years back. So now the gay is means something else, but I meant happy, okay? Why is they've taken away the English words, what can we do? Why is some sad and others gay, some sick and others strong? Is this the outcome of past deeds of personal right and wrong? You've spoken well. The soul tells the mind, you've spoken well and seem to know God's mathematic law. All wrongs must be redressed indeed, this fact it has no flaw. All rights are rewarded in proportion and no more. To each one is meted out his exact and proper score. So don't complain that he is rich and I'm poor. You get what you deserve. This unbribable judge we people call the karmic law, who's the supervisor of the fates of our worldly seesaw, who justly balances the ups and downs of lives of man, fitting the jigsaw of our fates as we ourselves had planned. Do you understand, sir? Fitting the jigsaw of our fates as we ourselves had planned. There's nothing fixed. You yourself have planned and now you're getting the results of what you planned. Here's the answer. Buy the book. Have you understood? Did you understood? Subject? Who answered the question? Who asked the question? You understood, right? Very clearly. What proof Hamsatma can one get of his former karma? This is another question you'd ask. But what proof? What proof Hamsatma can one get of his former karma? Here, the soul replies, the proof your own existence, circumstances and your dharma. The proof is your own existence, your circumstances and your vocation. Your individual present tells your individual past. Your individual present tells your reciprocal past. As per their past desires, people get their present task. So if you were an engineer in your past, don't think you'll be a painter. You'll be an engineer. If you were a singer, you'll be a singer. You know? So it's just like that. You see, if Lady Gaga wants to be a NASA scientist, I don't think she can be it. Because all her past life she spent in entertaining and sowing her wild oats and enjoying with men and being a big performer and entertainer. So that's what she's doing in this life. But the people who are scientists who are working at NASA and looking at the stars, they must have been doing that for many lives. Does that seem to make sense? Because the soul's... Why? Why? Because the soul follows the line of least resistance. If you pour water from the top, it will follow the line of least resistance. Wherever the path is made, it will follow that. To the truth is truth become, the liar gets his own. So make your actions, whose reactions you don't mourn. To the likeness of your thinking shall your character be made. Dig deep your mind for noble thoughts with intellectual spade. O Hamsa, spirit of my soul, tell me my final goal. Then he does not all this. He wants to go to the... O Hamsa, spirit of my soul. What do you say? O my spirit, tell me my final goal. Is there any such remedy to break this karmic hold? This duality of opposites? Teach me to override. Take me with thee, O spirit free, unto the other side. So that's why you're here. You're saying, Gurunath, if there's a technique, take us with you onto the other side. You're at that stage. This is what you all are saying. I'm fed up now. I want to go to that eternal love and peace. Then the master or the spirit says, I am the sun. I am the sun, you are my ray. You must become the whole. By good conduct and service your character shall mold. By devotional meditation I your spirit shall unfold. The ray become the blazing sun. Yourself as me behold. This is karma. Now, are you satisfied? Is the poem explained a lot? Aye? Who felt satisfied with the poem? Raise your hands. That's good. You felt a little satisfied. That's why you did this, right?
I'm just trying that.
Not like this? Did you feel like this? Only this? Huh? Okay. She felt satisfied. That's good. Did you understand, Raman, the poetry? Did you like? Huh?
I learned some stuff. I don't understand most of it.
Yeah, you know some stuff?
Yeah.
You got some tricks up your sleeve.
My mom teaches me sometimes.
Oh, what's your full name? Raman what?
My last Raman Shrikant.
Shilkant.
Yeah, it's my dad's first name.
Yeah. So where are you from? Hyderabad or
I was born in Canada, but my parents are all from India.
India? Wonderful. So the sanskar is there. Okay, now ladies and gentlemen, now we don't know how we're doing. How we're doing is according to time. How's the time factor? Are we doing okay? 7:15. I am going to now tell you to relax. I have to break the ice. I don't want anybody to be formal. Because if I'm going to breathe through your breath, then I want you to be with me, okay? Right? Yeah, that's the touch. Well, I shouldn't be unfair, otherwise they'll say only the first guy is touched. Okay, so you guys, I'm going to breathe through your breath, right? Actually, you don't know what I'm talking about just now because it's not a day-to-day talk. You know, you can't go to the mall and you can have a Chinese food, but you can't breathe through the other fellow, you know. It's a crazy thing. But we have to break the ice to know that humanity is one. We are tied by the self-same cord of breath, right? Right? Oh, Chacha's hand. Okay, guys. So, I am going to be with you and I will make you breathe. I will tell you to just breathe normally. You have to breathe. Then I will enter your breath. Where are you from? Kerala. But you don't look at me so fiercely. I want to make friends with you, okay? From Guruvayur. You know Guruvayur? Swami Malai. Okay. We are also from there. Okay. Come on. Come on. So I'm touching you to contact you, to get a better contact, okay? You guys must understand because this is something I'm doing. I'm sorry I can't get to everyone. Because I usually don't do this. I'm doing this because I found it that some people are a little resistant because it's so subtle. I don't want to fail in this experiment, okay? So you girls, don't let me down. You better get the breath, okay? Yeah. So it will happen, but if it doesn't happen, I'm going to do it again, okay? Because I'm not... It's something scientific. It is a breakthrough in science, where one person is breathing through the breath of all the people, trying to show them that humanity is one. Why are you killing and shooting one another? This is the purpose of the exercise, to show the unity of humanity. If I don't breathe through you, you'll say, what the hell, man, then what's the connection between us? Leo goliyo jhado usko, maro. But if you know that we are breathing, if I can do it through 100 people, I can do it through 1 billion people. Is that right? So let's try you today. Okay? Are you giving the live transmission of the breath? That's finished. I think it's over in the talk, right? I'm just asking. I don't mind this way or that. So, yes, what do you want to say?
Do you want me to stop? Do you want me to stop the live stream?
No, you can carry on. What does it matter? Have they heard the rest of the speech?
Yeah.
They're hearing, okay. Okay, guys, now you breathe. See, first you drop your mind, like you press a cassette. Ping, cassette comes out. Mind is the thing which interferes in all spiritual experiences. It's an obsolete thing. Mind is like a bullock cart. Use the higher power of intuition, the effulgent light of the intellect. So drop the mind, open the heart, and breathe normally. Then, what I will do, please look at me. Don't do the technique. You have to pay attention first. It's very subtle. Then I will clap like with a sound. Do you understand? The moment I clap, it's an indication, your breath, I will enter your breath, and how will you know I've entered your breath? your breath will become longer, richer and deeper. I? Some people will feel it more than others. Why? Because of their sensitivity to me, their rapport. Do you understand? So all of you form the Golden Gate Bridge, the rainbow colored bridge between your heart and my heart. Okay? And you can close your eyes. Form the rainbow colored bridge between your heart and my heart. Are you doing that? And then breathe. Drop all inhibition and relax. After I make the sound, please don't stop breathing. Continue to breathe. Now I'm entering your breath will become longer, richer and deeper. Relax your mind and heart. Ready? Very good. Your breath is longer, richer and deeper. Drop the mind, open the heart, let the breath flow. It's very good. You'll feel that I'm assisting your breath. The more in tune you are with me, the more you form the Golden Gate Bridge between heart to heart, the rainbow bridge, the more I'll breathe through you. Second time I clap, stop the will to breathe. Stop breathing and let the natural breath flow. And I will still breathe through you, pushing your breath up and down. You have a secretary to breathe for you. Long breath. Ready? Stop the breath. Very good. Relax the mind and keep breathing. I'll breathe for you. I'll push the breath. You will have an effortless breath. Very good, very sensitive. Okay, breathe down, relax, open your eyes and relax. Now, I'm going to take the feedback, and all of you will have different experiences or the same. How many people, when I clapped, felt the breath going longer, richer and deeper, and their breath was being assisted by me? Raise your hands. And look at the back and see how many. Please raise it straight up, right up. Please raise it right up, the hands. Let me see. Okay, very good. You can see. How many didn't receive it? Raise your hands.
Not sure.
Did you feel any change in the breath when I did it the second? Okay, second times, how many left the will to breathe and the breath was still moving? Raise your hands. Okay, give them a hand. Excellent. Very good sensitivity for the first time. Say after me. Humanity is tied by the self-same cord of breath. No, not so soft. You must say it a little louder. You must have some energy. Don't make me do everything. Humanity is tied by the self-same cord of breath through love. Humanity is tied by the self-same cord of breath. Through love. So if human beings are breathing through one another, is there a connection between us or not? If there were not, then you would not be breathing. Okay, now those who are, I'm going to do it again. Right? Just one breath. When I clap, you will see that your breath will become longer, richer, and deeper. You have to connect with me, not be distracted, and not use your own mind. When you come to learn, you don't teach the professor, do you? You listen to him. So be receptive, be feminine. and try to listen. Don't be like the man talking all the time. You have to listen. Are you listening? Okay, let's breathe now. Those who didn't receive it, relax your mind. Do not sit thinkingly. Sit feelingly. Sit feelingly, okay? And the hands can be up, faced up to the ceilings. That will relax your language. Yeah, don't try too hard. You're bound to get it. You have to get it. We are humanity. We have the Spirit of the Lord in us. Nothing is impossible. Breathe. Tune in to me. Feel the breath. Sit feelingly. Close your eyes and breathe. Sink into the breath. My breath is your breath. Your breath is my breath. When I clap, it will become longer, richer and deeper. Connect heart to heart. Ready? This time it hit the spot. Very good. You do less of the breathing. Use less of the will. Let me do the breathing for you. Very nice. I can't do this always, only for a short time. Stop. Relax, open your eyes. Now, those people who didn't receive it the last time, who received it this time? Out of the ones who didn't receive it last time, raise your hands. Right up, right up. Okay, and all those who received it, raise your hands now. Right up. Don't bend. The non-elbow raising hand. Non-elbow raising hand. I'll give a special gift to people who keep their elbows straight. Special gift from me. Yeah, I'll come in the dream weaver. So when we go to the retreats like we are doing, I have what is called a dream weaver. I do not know whether we're giving it this time or not. We'll have to see. But I come in the dreams and work on the DNA, the tapestry of your karma and the chakras. And I push the consciousness forward so it can flow towards your own evolution. Humanity has to evolve. From man the brute to man the man to man the God. Woman the brute to woman the woman to woman the God. I was going to say woman the man. But then they'd say no, because the word man is not male or female. It is the men who cheated the word away from the woman, took it away sometime during the Middle Ages, because man means, it's Sanskrit, it comes from the word Sanskrit meaning the thinker. So is only man a thinker and not a woman? So it's man. The feminine man, the male man. There's no gender to man. It's a thinker. So anybody who has the capacity to think is the man, who does manan, who stays in the temple of the body, the mandir. Mandir is the temple. The thinker stays in the temple, and ensconced within the thinker is the soul. Yes. Now you got the breathing nicely? You got it properly?
Yep.
Right. Say after me in loud and clear voice. Humanity is tied by the self-same cord of love.
Humanity is tied by the self-same cord of love.
Through breath.
Through breath.
I'm telling you seriously, there is no time, dear souls. If you don't want to do the practice of breathing, the Kriya, then do something else. But humanity is sitting on a heap of superactive dynamite. And humanity has to take its course of evolution into its own hands. And the Kriya the breathing pattern is taking the evolution into your own hands. God, I can't wait for your bus to come. I'm walking it all the way to you. And you will provide, see my sincerity, then give me a cycle, I'll cycle. Then give me a car, then give me a plane, then give me a rocket, and then take me in your arms of light. But I'm making the first step, oh Lord. I'm not waiting for you. This should be our attitude. And we must start practicing Kriya Yoga. It is the path of evolution. It does not belong to any religion or cult or creed. It is a scientific method which is given to humanity as a gift to evolve their consciousness and reach enlightenment in this life, reach the inner peace in this life. Anybody, any questions? Yes.
So, for householders who practice Kriya Yoga or on some other spiritual journey,
How much you must practice Kriya Yoga?
I didn't practice particularly Kriya Yoga, but something else, but very intense.
What did you practice?
Theurgy.
Huh?
Theurgy.
What's it? 30?
It's a Greek system.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to ask you a question. And look, you can leave me and go away. I'll be happy. If you practice with me, I'll be happy. Okay? In any case, it's a lot of emotional luggage which I have to carry on my shoulders. All your emotional luggage. And believe you me, your baggage is heavy. But I'll do it. There are three things which you have to see when a teacher gives it to you and a master gives it to you. You can leave the teacher's teaching and teach. Significance of a master. What is the linchpin? Can you tell me what is the first thing? What is the first thing you should be able to do? What did I do through you? What did I do through you? Huh? I breathed through your breath. That is the litmus test. If a master cannot breathe through your breath, how will he save your life? Only a master who can breathe through your breath can save your life. But your mind is stuck in negativity so much. You have to try it out. I would want to go a step further, but you're too new. I would like to walk out of the room and tell you to close your eyes and call on me. Whenever you say Nath, Gurunath, breathe through me, your breath will become longer. Would you like to try that? Would you like to put me to such a test? Would you? And why? Why? What have you done for me that you should put me to such a severe test? I'm going out, you're crying out in 5 minutes. After 10 minutes she says it, after 12 minutes he, after 20 minutes he. How many people am I going to attend to? Aren't you being unfair on me? Is that not unfair? It's unfair, no? Because in your secret mind, I'm outside. He's calling sometime, he's calling. Every time I have to lengthen the breath. That is crazy, isn't it? And not one of you have sympathy for me? No, she says. So you know I can do it. Did you get the breathing clear? Then you will get it. I'm going out. How many want me to go out of here? I will go out because they want the test. Somebody asked over there, I'm practicing alone. If we call your photo, will the breath lengthen? That is the question. Are you here to support us because you'll be gone to India and we'll be here left, in the Ontarian snow. What are we going to do? So I should be available. Do you understand the import of what I'm doing, or you don't understand the import? It's a thing which has never been done before, right? Right? Nobody in Canada is doing it. Not even your Prime Minister. Right? So, I'm going to go out. This is to give you faith. Many of you, if you do it with a true heart, your breath will lengthen. If you doubt, it will not lengthen. That's not my fault. Okay? Now you sit down, close the lights, And but when you breathe gently, at any time, don't consult, let us say separate, you say separate. Any time you say it, your breath will lengthen. Okay? Maybe hers lengthens and yours doesn't. That means the mind is interfered. So don't worry. You call me at any time, at all different times, I'll come to you at any time, okay? Talking about technology, let's see how technology works in relation to yoga. Any of your gadgets can do this. I'm going out, call me any time and I'll be with you. Yes? No, you can just breathe normally. Technique will be given to you tomorrow, or when I give the technique. So breathe normally. When I'm out, you want to close the lights, and then you just give them say, okay, now start breathing. And then as you call me individually, but sincerely you call me, even a little amount, your breath will lengthen, okay? I'm out. Bye guys, all the best. So I've given them a technique, but I've told them they will breathe through their breath. Now, okay, everybody get ready, I'm switching off the mic. Okay, now put on the lights. Look at your bright selves, you're glowing. Everybody's glowing. What a wonderful feeling. Okay, so you called me at separate times, at different times. It's the first time I've come. This thing is a culture shock to Canada and America. It's not been done before. But I took the risk to break the ice with you. I don't say that everybody's mind is ready to receive it, but how many did when they called me, felt the breath lengthening? Raise your hands. Now do not think how this has happened. This is the litmus test of a true... Did you get the breath? Did you get the breath? You got it? I'm not saying don't go to a teacher. Definitely go to a teacher. Even I went to a teacher first. But if there's a master, and if you want to save time, then don't waste your time going to the teacher. If the master is available, take it directly from the master. Because later you still have to go to the teacher to revise it and be with him. He is so important. In the whole jigsaw, the teacher is very, very important. So now with this, I have shown you the connection of humanity. If there's one enlightened being, or one being who is aware of all other beings, does this mean that I truly, it's not words, that I consider that I'm serving you as my larger self? Does this mean that I know what I'm talking about, or is it just talk, or it's a realization? So I've put my virtue where my mouth is. I've told you that I'll come to you when you call me. Do you understand, sir? So when you call me and you're doing the practice of Kriya, and you say, Gurunath, my breath is getting disturbed, my mind is agitated, please help me. Sincerely, I will breathe through your breath and calm your mind. This is what I can do. Spoon feeding is when a mother takes a silver spoon and a golden spoon and feeds the child. Is that it, right? What am I doing? I'm going inside your spine, inside, and breathing through you. Is that more than spoon feeding? How much more do your children want me to pamper you? Did you get it? You came late, you got it immediately? Or you didn't know? You got it? Okay. Correct time to go to the toilet. When there's an experience of a lifetime being given, we run to the toilet first. Very good. Anybody, any questions? I'm sure I'm seeing the mind is broken up into a flowing river of light and nectar. And you're realizing there's something higher than what the mind can do. Can your iPhones do this? So would you prefer me over your iPhones and your smartphones? Do you think I'm your new smartphone? Okay. That's what I want from the Ontarians. Yes. Yes.
I have two questions.
So please do the Kriya Yoga. Come and do the Kriya Yoga. Yes, yes. Don't worry about the other teachers. I'll take care of it. I'll tell
Let me
them.
change my question.
Yes, yes.
So if I were to go to you to practice Kriya Yoga,
What?
If I were to go to you to practice Kriya Yoga, and after several years, because I'm a householder, so I have a family, I have children to raise, and have a job that is not so much spiritual related. But then after several years of practicing Kriya Yoga, I would find that the career will kind of
No, I won't let that happen. Because I'll be breathing through you. Where's your job?
I'm a software developer.
Where?
Here in Mississauga,
In Ontario. And where do you come from? Where's your native land? Where do you come from?
China.
China. Okay. That's difficult to get to, but I'll go there and I'll practice through you. Because China has, for thousands of years, China has been learning from India about 60,000. What a peaceful thing. How nice. It's a curse, these noises. There were two travelers called Sang and Fahain. They came and they had a darshan of the shadow of Buddha. Sang came and traveled to India, and he described in his account the glory that was India 500 years BC. 500 years BC. And 60 years BC, the time of Harshavardhan. And he has taken back a lot of this knowledge. And also 500 years, about 100 years BC or 200 BC, Bodhidharma went from India to China, and he established the Shaolin temple for martial arts and karate in China, and where he taught them Ayurvedic medicine and the art of self-defense. So there's a big connection. So you will get success, you practice it, and God be with you. The dragon be with you. I am the dragon. And I will come like the Kundalini dragon and breathe through your breath. We have the breath and fire technique in Surya, which we teach. We have a technique called the breath and fire. Dragon breath. Yes, your question. Yes.
So I have two. The first one is to consistently give transmissions. Isn't it draining on you as well?
If you notice, that's my question also, that when I come, they say, Gurunath, there's a constant energy which is emitting from your body to us. Don't you get drained? Because you're feeling that, right? It's been, since I've come, it's constantly, the flow is there. And the more you relax, your headache, backache, pain, everything will go. It depends on how much faith you have in me. I don't want your faith because it's a fact. Because faith doesn't work. When I went out and you in your own secret time said, increase my breath, and the breath increased. What did you feel when it increased? Didn't you feel a warm feeling? He says, oh God, he's really answered the thing. Did you feel that? And you were not expecting it, right? But this is something to be thought about, the unity, humanity. So yeah, I don't get tired because my source is infinite. My source is not exhaustible. And it is His will, if He wants to flow through me. You see, a master is like a pulsar star. Have you seen the stars? So a pulsar, just before it becomes the black hole, it radiates a tremendous amount of energy to whole humanity. Masters radiate like that. There are few people like that I know. I don't know why God didn't make you find. I'm sure there are other people, but we know of none. If somebody tells me that there's a person who could breathe through the breath and radiates constantly, I would be the first to go to him and embrace him and honor him for what he is. But we have to find them. In the Himalayas, I know there are people like this. But here, I do not know. So the guy is me who's stuck. The swan stuck in the thorn fence. So take advantage of him as long as he's stuck, because once I fly away, I ain't going to come back. That's for sure. So it's all about experience, not about talk. And that's why, just to give to you that now you have got the faith, right? That I will come. When you call me, I will come, right? Is there any tea? Can I have a cup of tea? Everybody's smiling, nobody's getting up to it. Okay, what do you, in Canada, do you have this word, laying your life on the line?
Yes.
Does this sort of seem to fit with that, or deeper than that? Laying your life on the line? I'm giving you my life, right? I'm giving you my breath means I'm giving you my life, right? It's literally laying life on the line. So that's what the Master does with compassion, because he knows that you are my larger self. Yes, Murli. You want the cup? I'm sure as I keep coming to Canada, they'll present me with beautiful cups of tea. They have very nice cups. They say this cup is not good enough for Gurunath. I'm sure some lady will have compassion and get a beautiful tea cup. These are all frivolous things, you know. The children do it, we appreciate it. But there's nothing in this world that we really desire or want after the peace. Now, at the retreat, I'm not giving it here. This was about the breath, the life force energy, the chi, okay? You know where the chi came from? It came from chit, the chiti pran. Chiti is chi. And we have tutored China and Tibet and Europe for over 2,000 centuries in yoga. And that's where the qigong and tai chi means pranayam, tai means balance and chi means pran. From the Sanskrit word chiti. It's not in the orthodox Chinese words. So there's a great connection between India, China, Tibet, Nepal, European states. So they were all connected, the diaspora spread. The Aztecs and the Mexicans in Mexico. Where do you think the Mexicans got the mangoes from? Surely they didn't give us the mangoes. You taste our Indian mangoes, how much better they are. They're very nice. And you guys only get African bananas and Mexican mangoes. I invite you to the ashram in India to taste our mangoes, the hapus. Alfonso, one mango and the whole room is fragrant. Yes, come to India. If not for Gurunath, for the mangoes. Okay. Yes. You know, now you don't have questions, but when I go away, then 100 questions will come. Oh, I should have asked Gurunath this. I should have asked him that. I didn't ask him this. Yes.
So, basic question. Is drowsiness bad or is it good?
Were you feeling drowsy now?
I was.
That was not drowsiness. That was the precursory state of a higher consciousness. That was a healing energy which was transmitted to you. And it's healing in your body, your genome, and the centers, the chakras. You know about the chakras? So a healing energy, the energy has covered the whole crowd. Till we all melt into one chocolate of God. The chocolates melt and they all become one chocolate to be presented to God. So your individualities are melting into a higher reality. This is the precursory state of knowledge.
So I feel like if it escalates, I'm going to fall asleep.
Yes, but that is not sleep. It's called Yoga Nidra. It's a yogic sleep which takes you into a higher state of mind. Sleep takes you into the REM and a lower state of mind, in mind. This drowsiness can take you beyond mind into a different awareness, but you still, in one of my poems I've said, to reverse the tongue and the yogi goes into meditation, there is a room in the top of the center of the brain called the cave of God, the cave of Brahma. In medical parlance, it is called the third ventricle. And I've said, that is the sanctum sanctorium where the soul resides, 3 inches in depth. In that hollow space called the Brahma Gufa, the Gufa, the cave of God, in medical language is called the third ventricle. It's the sanctum sanctorium where there's a little fountain, which is constantly emitting cerebrospinal fluid. This is medically correct. I'm not just talking hocus pocus religion. It's a scientific fact. Now this, when you reverse the tongue, you press that cerebrospinal fluid. With pituitary, it forms a certain nectar we call elixir. from sanctum torium, that is right, the pituitary is below the hypothalamus. There's the thalamus gland, then the hypothalamus, then the pituitary gland, which the tongue reverses and touches in advanced yoga. There the nectar flows. From sanctum torium, drop by drop, tongue soaks elixirs, wine sublime, lulls me to ecstasy's rosy rest, oh, the mystic wine by far the best. So I've written the mystic wine in Christian language because my education when I was young was from a Christian school, Catholics, Christians, Presbyterians. So they taught us very well. They taught us so well that I composed a poem about the Christ and about the true yogic technique. The inner explanation of the Bible in Deuteronomy and Revelations is with me, with the yogi. It's not in the Bible. The 7 churches with the 7 candlesticks, we all have it. And it's all universal. So that lulls me to rest, ecstasy is rosy rest. It's a rosy rest. This is a yog nidra, it's not a sleep. It's a different state. And the whole body is getting healed. And which country are you from, originally?
Iran.
Okay, then I have a lot of this thing. Then you should read this book. Of course, it has mistakes. It's Kitab-e-Patanjal. It's written by a Persian person. Kitab-e-Patanjal by Al-Baruni. Al-Baruni. Get that book. Patanjali Yoga Sutra. All what I'm speaking, at that time, he wrote down this. And it was a great effort. It's in Persian. Kitab-e-Patanjal. Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Of course, you have to give him that because that time, and he took the effort to learn Sanskrit. From Sanskrit, he translated it into Persian. And the Zendavasta, which is one of the oldest documents of Persia, the oldest. You see, they were like the worshipping the sun. All your ancestors were worshipping the sun, your direct ancestors. So, after the time of Genghis Khan, the great conqueror, there was another invasion into Iran. Iran were Persians and very high scholars, higher than Arabia and all these places. Now they cannot teach them. A lot of their books were burnt in the pilferage and the wars. War took place, no? After that time of Kekobad and Noshirwan and, Siryush. After Siryush. You know Siryush?
Yeah.
After that came Noshirwan. Then came Kekobad. They're all your emperors. And these books, they wanted to preserve. So when it was burnt, they did not know. So they came to India and they said, look, these things of ours, there was a very great connection between India and Persia. That time it was known as Iranya Vaidyo, the land of the Aryas. And the Shah of Iran's title is Arya Meher. They used to call him even now. And their sons, they call their sons Arya. My grandson's name is Arya. So the whole thing was connected. So the yogi said, which portion is gone? They said, this portion of this. They said, okay, take it. Om Brahma Arpanam Brahma Havira Brahma. Then which other portion is gone? Because those guys knew it by heart. And therefore now today also you see in the Zen Avastha, if you see in the museum, those verses are completed in Sanskrit. There was such a harmony in nations that time. Much later the disharmony occurred. But they were all, the Bohemian statue of the Buddhas were protected by Afghanistan for 2,000 years. That means they must be appreciating art and culture and all. Anyway, my connection with Persia and Iran is through Shams Tabrizi. I'm connected with Shams. And I teach the techniques of Shams. And some people in Iran and Persia connected me with Shams and realized. They said, we know who you are. So anyway, that's a different topic. So Rumi wrote Diwane Shams. You read that and you'll know about me. Okay, next question. Yes.
Did you receive a Kriya from Babaji, and did he ask you to initiate others into Kriya?
Pardon?
Did you receive Kriya from Babaji, and did he ask you to initiate others into Kriya?
If I had not, how could I breathe through the breath of others? Only Babaji can do that. Teachers cannot do that. It's only His grace and blessings which is a standing testament that Babaji is alive, that I am breathing through your breath. We need to clap. Babaji doesn't require it, but we need to clap. Babaji does not require it. So we are just praising His glory by clapping that He gave this. But today I am giving you the breath, but tomorrow at the retreat I am going to give you my soul consciousness. I am going to give you my samadhi or my state of trance. What do you call it in English? Trance, this is not the word. Ecstasy of expanded awareness. I will give it to you and you will all be in the state I will be in. And then you will be able to see my past life, my connection with you. Yes.
I have two questions. One is, what do we expect in your Himalayan retreat? And secondly, through this practice, what happens to our worldly desires?
You can't expect more than me. I'm such a unique freak of nature. What more do you want? In the Himalayan
all
trip.
about?
Yeah, Himalayan you'll have aloha on the Ganga. We go in the Ganga and we swim. We do some not whitewater rafting but the lesser rafting because people don't know how to swim. And then I teach you the mantras. I teach you the Kriya in the water, in the Ganges. Then we go and I give a transmission. I give the dream weavers. I give healing. I give a Shivapat, Shaktipat and enlightenment. Today I gave you Pranapat. Today what I gave you was Pran, the Chiyapat, the Chi. You know the Chi? That was the Chi which is working in you, right? Yeah.
Where is your ashram in India, please?
My ashram is in all your hearts. I dwell in your hearts. If you give me the place in your heart, I will come, otherwise I will pass you by. Then don't cry. Gurunath, we need you to breathe. Nobody is breathing through our breath when called for. You are the only one without reason who loves us, that when even we call you casually, you breathe through our breath. I? Yes, sir? Is that right? Right? So India has no other gift to offer you, gentlemen, except lay our life on the line for you. I hope I haven't drugged you with my transmission too much. You don't seem to be responding to me. Everybody's so, in the zone. You got it? You're getting the transmission, right? You feeling good? Happy? Yes? Yes.
The second question, what happens to our worldly desires as we move forward in this path?
See, worldly, when I was a child, I played with childish things. When I grew up, I still played with elderly things, but they were still toys. So all these worldly desires and all change with your maturity and your circumstances. And when you get older, your desires become deeper and simpler. Everyone who goes older, like looking at the sunset, or seeing the rustling of the breeze, or seeing two swans landing in a tranquil lake. You see, that's why people go older who really lived life. They want to go to Africa. They want to go to the Great Migration. Then when they've had enough of that, then they want to meditate. So they go deeper and deeper into nature. So these desires will be dissolved if they come in the way for the ultimate desire. What is that? You ask yourself the question, what is that by knowing which I may know all? The answer lies within, and you can hear it. God is that, by knowing which you may know all. What is that by desiring which all my other desires will be fulfilled? The answer will come from within. God is that, by desiring which all your desires will be fulfilled. Do you agree with me or not? There's no other single desire. A beautiful woman cannot fulfill your desire for a beautiful Ferrari. Okay? And a beautiful Ferrari can't fulfill your desire to become a billionaire. And a beautiful billionaire cannot fulfill your desire to enjoy yourself with your 4 grandchildren. They're so different. No single person can fulfill all desires. You know the joy of having grandchildren playing with you and around you and all. I know that. It's more than heaven. And they're fighting and tricks and toys, and then we remember. It's an experience which is non-real, incomparable. But God is that, by desiring which all other desires may be fulfilled. Once Paramahansa Yogananda was very sad. His mother had gone away. She was no more. So he was always sad, and he was remembering her and her big eyes, and how she used to scold him. Mother is after all a mother. Then suddenly he was lying down, and in the sky he saw all big eyes, like his mother. And the Divine Mother spoke. She said, "Get on with your sadhana, for I am the mother of all mothers, and your mother too." And after that, that last sorrow was taken away from his mind, and he got to a state of enlightenment. When Sri Yukteswar touched him, of course, and he went out onto the balcony. So this, similar to this sort of enlightenment, not that I'm anybody great, but today I showed you what I can do. Now you go to your respective teachers or masters and see if they can do that. If they can do that, don't leave them for your whole life. Follow them, they are true masters. If you do not have such a master and want to get to the goal, have to come to me, I'll give you the technique and you can practice. You don't even have to meet me, and I will answer your prayers. I will answer your call when you call me while you practice. Okay? Keep your religion, keep your faith, keep your idiosyncrasies. I don't want to take anything from you. I want to give you. Give. Because I have so much. The biggest gift I give to you is the joy of nothingness. And that is what I'm going to give you at the retreat. It's in America, or where is it? There's one day initiation here, and that I'm not giving it. I might give it in that, but where is it? Where's the place?
Niagara Falls.
It's at Niagara. That's the address. You go to the Niagara Falls.
American side.
Shoe Horse, Niagara Falls. The horse is Shoe. What's the address? What's the address?
I believe I think Grand Island is the registration.
Because I must know,
The Radisson and Grand Island.
How nice of the American people. I'm in Canada and they've invited me there. Yes. So I'll be giving that, where I will still your mind and share my peace with you. This time I've breathed through your breath, which is Pranapath. There I will be giving you Shivapath, which is the education of inner knowingness. Your mind will be still. When I still my mind, you cannot talk to anyone and you cannot look at anyone. You will have to look at me. I will be the main lover. I will be the divine lover. There will be no other love besides me. So says Rumi of Shams.
When you come on the 16th back in Toronto, what is the difference between then and this weekend?
No, this weekend is the big one, the American one.
But then there's something, you're coming back, September 16th?
Yeah, that is a one-day initiation into Kriya Yoga. That we will not have the time to give so much. But I am keeping that for the retreat at Buffalo in United States, where I will be giving the state. And you will also be seeing the auras around the Master. You'll see, if you can see, you will see me disappearing, and you will also see the faces of the various past lives of the various people with whom you were connected with me in that life that period of time will be shown. So this will be shown at the retreat, and you will obviously get much more than what you're expecting. Like today you got much more than what you're expecting. Who got more than what they expected today? Raise your hands. And if you say you got less than what you expected, then only one thing remains for me to disappear from you in front of your eyes. Which you will not believe in any case, because it's a culture shock and you say I was dreaming. Okay, yes?
So I've been initiated into Kriya Yoga. And
Were you initiated by a teacher or a master?
A teacher.
Come.
Studied
Come day after tomorrow to the retreat. I've said it. Don't worry. Even if they are masters in the school of this thing, we respect them. But come and take the spark, the living spark. Initiation is okay, but evolution will not happen. The evolution comes from the living spark of one master to disciple, not from teacher to disciple. We honor those teachers. When I went to the great Anandimai Ma, that's what she said. I'm not initiating you since you have the living spark. I said, but you're like my mother, I want your initiation. I want to show off to the people that Ma has initiated me. She said, you won't need that, my blessings are with you. Go and teach them, for you're a master. Teachers will not be able to do that. Yes. Okay, so on the 16th there is the one day in which I will be giving you the Kriya Yoga. I will be giving some transmissions also, and on the 17th of this month, 7th. So first is the retreat on the 7th. 7th, 8th and 9th. It's an overnighter. So come for the overnighter with your night kit and your toothbrush and toothpaste. There's an overnighter. And we will be going to the Niagaras also and meditating in the midst of the Niagaras. That's 7th, 8th and 9th. That will be the big one, the big retreat. And next year, we hope that Canada can organize a bigger retreat over here in Canada with the help of all you people. And I'm sure this will grow. For it's humanity's work. It's working for the world's disciple and forming a global society. Each one of you has to put their shoulders to the wheel, make the best effort to get more and more people to join this movement of earth peace through self-peace. We need earth peace through self-peace. And Canadians are very liberal at heart. They have a very overflowing heart, and I'm sure everyone must participate in this great movement of humanity, which is going to merge into divinity. And the Guru, the Master, is the bridge between humanity and divinity. And as you walk over me, though my hands are bleeding, I will not let you fall into the chasm. Okay? So humanity to divinity, I can't give the example of Niagara's because they'll say is America side divinity or Canada side divinity, so I won't give that example. So that will be the experience on 7th, 8th and 9th, the Shiva path, where I'll be giving you, come share my Samadhi. How many know what Samadhi is? Raise your hands. That's good. So that's it. And any more questions? How are we with the time? Yes, I will take some more. Yes.
In order to connect to you, we have to see you personally, or even somebody that watches you on YouTube can still connect to you online.
On YouTube, you can also connect with, because if I'm breathing through your breath, obviously my YouTube is transmitting. My YouTube is also transmitting a healing energy. You can see it. My photos will be transmitting, the YouTube will be transmitting, but I am always there. I'm the common denominator, like the carpet under your feet, the rug. It is you who have to be sensible. You do not know how to take the nectar of the Lord. You do not know how to gather the gems and gifts because you're very little, your hands are very little. You cannot gather. You have to grow in practice and gather more in your archer. Yeah. So, but it's not the same. Still, it's different. is you cannot get initiated from my YouTube. You have to come and get initiated, and then you'll be guided through the YouTube. There's 600 to 1,000 YouTubes on various subjects. Yes. Now tell me how we are with time. It is now 8:15. What?
8:30.
We have to finish by 8:30. Do we give them a break? Have they taken a break?
Now there's no point of a break.
Now but there was to be a break, right?
Yeah.
Didn't they take it after Ranveer's talk?
Yeah. There was a break after Ranveer's talk.
So we have to. It's by 8:30. Can't go on to 9.
I can request.
Just request him and see so I can give them a little break, and then we have a little question answer and then finish it. Some of you may be in a hurry. Who's in a hurry to go before 9? Raise your hands. Nobody. Good. That's why I like Canada. It's a Sunday, right? Yes. I can't hear you.
Where is the center in Canada that people can initiate?
Where is the center in Canada? This is the first time I've come in Canada. The center, for the time being, you know, when I told you to breathe and you individually breathe, you called from your heart, your breath moved, right? So your heart is the center in Canada. Individual heart. And there is Murli and Naina here who can guide you. There is no particular center, but we want to make a center with your collective effort, all you people. If you decide to have a little shed or a little barn house or a little old church, you know there are some Unitarian churches or something which have got, they open it to everyone, community churches. You can all gather at a community church. I will tell Naina and Murli to gather at this community church. Where's Murli? Where's Naina? Where is Murli? Well, I will bring the gentlemen and introduce them to you. Naina, come here. They were asking, where's the center in Canada? I said, we've just begun, this is the first year. But this is the lady who can be contacted with Murli, and they will sort of direct you to my centers, where I have my retreats in Mount Shasta and the Niagaras and in Orlando, all these places. So you will be updated as to where I am and my ashram in India is your center. You should come to the ashram in India.
Now we're having an empowerment. Nath is going to be initiating people into Kriya Yoga, and we have an empowerment session on the 16th. Same location, same time, 5 to 8. It's on September 16th.
Same hall?
Yeah, same hall.
So this seems to be the center for the time being. But they are asking, is there any center which you can give to them? Like in the countryside, there's an old Unitarian church which is given to this thing. It's a very nice spot. So you can find a place like that and you can communicate with you people and we can practice collectively there. If you keep a place for me like this with an asana, I will be there with you. When you practice in a circle, I will breathe and I will help you to breathe. Okay? You have to breathe. And with the constant breathing, what will be created? Abhe Hayat. Abhe Hayat. Right? Yes, last question, then we're going to finish the satsang. We have till 8:30, and at 8:30 we are going to...
She has a question.
Yes.
Sorry, okay, this may sound quite basic, but we are completely new to this tonight, and this is my first experience here and hear all about this. I want to know how actually it all starts. Like if now I personally came to the conclusion that I like to know more and I like to practice more and I like to learn more. How does it start and where would it start? And sorry, just one more thing. And when you're saying through your YouTube channel or programs that are offered online, you can feel that. It's a little difficult for me to believe. I'm not saying
No, I
it's
think you
wrong.
misunderstood the question. That YouTube thing was a different thing altogether. He asked a question, should we contact you? Here, I am here, the other side of the Niagara is on the 7th, 8th and 9th, where I'll be taking a 3-day overnighter course constantly with you all, teaching you the techniques, transmitting to you. Then after that, on the 16th, there will be another 1 day here, where I again will be teaching you the Kriya Yoga. Then we have a support system of Naina and Murli, who you can contact. All my addresses over America and India will be given to you, where you can come. Till we find a permanent place here in Canada, like a little countryside. If you go a little away from Toronto, you'll get to the countryside.
No, but apart from attending a class, is there anything else that we can do to be more prepared the next time that we come to your sessions?
Yes, I will be preparing you, which is a very rare case in the spiritual history, that the master breathes through the breath of the disciple every time. I don't think it has been, this is unprecedented, and therefore we've taken up this step to speed up the evolution of humanity by me breathing through your breath and preparing you. So you will be taught a specific technique. There are brochures on it, and you will be given an experience of the technique. Like today you got the experience of what I am breathing, because you breathe through my breath. So you see how powerful it is? Breathing randomly, whenever anyone calls, I'm at his beck and call. They have fictitious stories about this. They call it the genie. When you contact the genie, you know the genie is a magic, this thing who comes from the lamp. So I'm supposed to be at your beck and call any time and every time you call me. So you're a breatharian, and I'm your secretary. Even the Prime Minister of Canada does not have a secretary to breathe for him. And you do. That's your luxury. That's a blessing for you. You must have done some awful good karma in your past life to be blessed like this. So you will be given the technique at the initiation day. There will be a brochure. There will be the technique laid out specifically. It's all printed. Then Naina and Murli will be here to guide you constantly. I will be here to guide you internally in meditation till I come again next year. And in the meantime, you are all welcome to the Mother Center in India. We are going to... Have we given them the brochures of the India pilgrimage? Which is this thing, or we are giving it to people? We will give it at the Niagara retreat, right? So people who don't come there are going to miss the date of the... We can give it... No, if you've got their emails, then we can correspond and tell them it's available on the website, the India date. So this is the setup, because this is the first time we've come. Yeah, I'm sorry we don't have a palace at your disposal. Yes? Are you happy with today's satsang and question?
Why did it take you so long to come to Toronto?
Because your prayer was not pulling me enough. If your cry was ascending, now people needed it more urgently. So I came to Toronto. And now you should avail of this and make the best of it. Yes?
Do you do Kundalini awakening too?
YouTube?
No, Kundalini awakening.
Kundalini awakening. Is it on the YouTube?
No, she's asking her, do you do it?
What?
Like, do you awaken Kundalini?
I do. You see, today itself was, what do you think I was doing? When I was moving through your spine, I was breathing through you, that is awakening Kundalini. I'm sorry, it would be odd to say I'm the only master who does mass Kundalini awakening, like I did today. Today your Kundalini has been through all the chakras, and the first, out of the 7 layers, the first 3 layers have been awakened. Today. Because this is a unique experience of a lifetime which you've had. So So you've got way more than what you expected, and God bless you and keep it up. Yes?
Any techniques for people who want to practice getting out of their heads often?
Getting out of their heads? Hit them on the head or? Bong.
Their minds.
Yeah, so techniques of getting out of the mind are difficult. The mind has to be thinned and purified by the breath. It is the breath, the gentle abrasion of the breath, which makes the mind translucent and then transparent, and then makes the mind vanish, and you stand alone. The Ruh.
Yeah.
This is the true meaning, because I'm the person who is teaching the Ruhani ilm of Shams Tabrizi. This is called the Ruhani ilm. You understand?
Yep.
And this is the ilm which is being taught. It's a very deep.
Thank you.
This is, you must understand that everything is there with me. All your questions, all what you ask is with me. I have it. I have it. I have a lot of people in Persia want me to come over there. A lot of people. They are constantly watching my YouTube. They are very popular in Persia and Iran. Very popular.
You should do, sorry, I'm from Iran. I think you should definitely do, like, the religion there doesn't like spirituality.
Yeah, I'm not teaching spirituality.
You know, I wish like it was like India where we were born to this knowledge from day one. And we're not. So
Yeah, but they are more sensitive than any other country. But maximum of them I see coming. They're just drawn because of their innate desire. They're very sensitive. Yes.
Is there anything, if we are going to that retreat, is there anything we can do to sort of prepare or?
No, I will prepare you.
Don't worry about it.
Like I breathe through you. You didn't prepare to breathe. You didn't prepare for my breath, right? But I breathe through you, right? So I will look after you. Don't worry. I am a servant of humanity. I am here. To serve is my nature. Even in my sleep, I'll be serving you. If you call me in your sleep, even I will come. If you call me in your sleep, because I'm so about and aware, I am everywhere. Do you understand? I don't want to say these things, but they have been tested by you today, and enough is enough. I give you enough to test me, and you have tested me. This should suffice, right? To inculcate faith and come to the true master, okay? Okay, now I will conclude today's satsang. May all of you be blessed by the Divine. May He guide you on the right path. Do this with me. Earth peace through self peace. Inhale love. Now look at me. Inhale love. Radiate love for earth peace. Inhale love. Now get to Google Earth. Make the earth the size of a tennis ball, a baseball. and flood it with your radiation of love. May there be peace on earth and goodwill to all mankind, all womankind, all humankind. And in Sanskrit it sounds like this: may there be goodwill to all mankind, no one ever be sad, everybody be filled with the joy of the divinity of the Lord. Sarve Sukhinas Santu, Sarve Santu Niramayan, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhave. Om Sarve Sukhinas Santu, Sarve Santu Niramayan, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhave. Now do the hands. Om Sarve Sukhinas Santu, Sarve Santu Niramayan, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhave. Om